there, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Hare, and I am here to share another book with you called Helpful Ninja by Mary Nhin, and the pictures are by Jelena Stuper. So, is it important to be helpful? Let's check out this book and see how important it is. Today was the big day. It was Shy Ninja's season performance, and she was all out of sorts. But then, out of the corner of her eye, she saw her friends. It was Helpful Ninja, Inventor Ninja, and Money Ninja. They were carrying a banner that said, "You're going to do great!" Helpful Ninja had planned it all the day before. She had a knack for making people feel special. She was the type of ninja that would give up her Taylor Swift concert ticket just so you could go. Oh, wow. Taylor Swift tickets, giving those up? That's a pretty big deal. Until one day, she didn't feel like helping. Not mean, just not as helpful and giving as she usually was. Oh, she felt tired. Do you know what was wrong with her? You don't know? Well, neither did her friends. Inventor Ninja came over and concocted a special remedy. Nope, that didn't work. Money Ninja said, "Here, you can have my piggy bank." Nope, that didn't work either. Shy Ninja tried to help and did the latest dance challenge for her. But that didn't work either. Then Earth Ninja came over. "Let's try doing all the things you love." She brought some goodies and declared that all Helpful Ninja needed was time for herself. They listened to music and goofed around, took a nature walk and spent time outdoors. Finally, they finished off the evening cooking Helpful Ninja's favorite pasta dish. Afterwards, she was feeling much like her old self again and thanked her friend. "Oh, you guys reminded me that I have to be kind to myself too." "You're welcome. That's what friends are for." Remember to guard your kind heart with plenty of self-love. You can't pour from an empty cup. Oh, that was so great. So when you are a person who is helpful, it's also important that you take care of you and do some things for you so that you can continue to have that warm feeling when you do things for other people. So you got to take care of you too. Well, boys and girls, I think it's important for us to talk about ways we can be helpful right now. What can we do to be helpful? Let's talk about it. I just finished reading Helpful Ninja, and I think it's so important that we always think about how we can be helpful to others. So I was just thinking about right now, like, what are some things that you can do to be helpful? And I thought about, well, one way that you could be helpful is making sure that each and every day that you are doing your virtual learning. So not only is that helpful for yourself because it's making sure that you're learning everything that you need to learn, and then also it is helpful to your teachers because they all want you all to be prepared for the next grade, and they just want you all to do well in general. And so you are being helpful to them when you are responsible and you go and you do your virtual learning. Not only that, when you go on and you do your virtual learning without your mom or dad or grandma having to nag you about completing your work, you're being helpful to them. That makes their day go a lot easier. And believe it or not, it makes your day go a lot easier because they're not having to fuss or complain about you not doing your work. So that's something helpful that you can do right now. Also, something that you can do that's helpful is help your mom or dad or grandma or whomever is taking care of you right now. Help them around the house. You guys are there all day long, and I'm sure messes are made. My boys are making messes in my house, so I know that you're making little bits of messes in your house as well. And so make sure that you're picking up after yourself. So be helpful that way. So pick up after yourself, clean up after yourself. Same thing as if you were in your classroom, right? Your teachers expect you to clean up after yourself in your classroom. So we should be doing that at home as well. And the very last thing that I want to talk to you all about is that it's so important to be helpful to others and do kind things for others. And you're helpful by making people feel good. Remember we talked about when we talked about love and sending messages to people to let them know that you love them and you care about them. That's being helpful. So all of those things of being helpful to others is fantastic and it's important and it makes people feel good. And I know it makes me feel good when I help other people. But for us to have the stamina to keep wanting to help and help other people, we've got to make sure that we take care of ourselves. So being helpful means self-care. And so self-care are doing things that make you happy. And so we last week when we did I gave you all the things that you could do during the quarantine that was fun. That's self-care. So if I'm into arts and crafts and I go and I do arts and crafts, that's something that I love, and that's self-care because I'm doing something for me. So I want you to think about being helpful to others, being helpful to your mom, dad, grandma, being helpful to your brothers or sisters. Maybe they need some help with their work, their virtual learning work. So maybe you're helpful there. But I also want you to remember to be helpful to you, self-care. Take care of yourself. What are those things that you like to do? And not only will that give you that stamina to continue to help others, it's going to make you feel good. So when we do things for ourselves and we do things that make us feel good, it helps our overall spirit. It makes us happy. And it makes us want to continue to help others. So the very last thing I want to share with you is I know some of us have a lot of emotions going on that may be preventing us from wanting to help other people. So let's talk about what are some of the emotions that you could be having at this time, being stuck in the house. So what are some things you can do to help you get out of those feelings of anger or sad or whatever you may be feeling? So hey, have a little thing we're going to look at together, and it's going to give you all kinds of great ideas of things that you can do. And guess what? When you are able to manage your emotions and you find things to do to get you out of those emotions, that is being helpful to yourself. Let's check out those things that we could do. Okay, boys and girls, so we talked about some feelings that you may be having. And in order to be helpful for yourself, I wanted to give you strategies on things you can do when you feel this way so that you are doing self-care. You are helping yourself stay in a positive mind frame. And so let's talk about what are some of those feelings. So here we see that he is stressed, and some of us may be feeling stressed at this time. So what can we do to manage that emotion? Well, you can exercise. That definitely helps with stress. I know if I go on a good run, that makes me feel better. Go and play outside, still practicing your distancing, but playing outside. And discover treasures in nature. So maybe you go on a nature walk in your backyard or somewhere in your neighborhood and look for things in nature. All of these things help you calm down. It helps to manage that stress. So if you're feeling stressed, here are some things that you could do there. Oh, look here. When I feel blah or bored, I know that a lot of us have been bored in the house, right? So what could you do? Well, maybe build something. If you have Legos, maybe in your backyard you can create or build something. When I was little, we built clubhouses out of different wood and sticks and tree limbs, and we were very creative. And so that helps when you're bored, or play a board game. That helps as well. So that's an idea. Maybe you feel alone and you're feeling a little bit lonely. Maybe you miss your friends, you miss your teacher, you miss Mrs. Hare. Anywho, if you're missing us, like I'm missing you, listening to some music that makes you feel good, gets you in a happier mood, or cuddle with your pet if you have a pet. If you don't have a pet, you can cuddle with a stuffed animal. That may make you feel good. So that could be as well. Or maybe reading in last week with some of the things I said you could do during the quarantine. You can read to your stuffed animals. Or if you have a pet at home, you can read to your pet. And then another emotion you may be feeling, maybe you're feeling sad or hurt. Maybe somebody hurt your feelings. That happens. Maybe you're feeling sad because you miss school, you miss your friends. So let your mom or dad or grandma or aunt or whomever know, I'm feeling kind of sad today. Can I have a hug? And they can give you a hug for sure, or your brother or sister. But it's so important to also let people know how you feel, so then they can understand why, and they can do something to help support you and make you feel better. And I believe in this. I believe in journaling your feelings. I've given lots of our students journals to to write down how you're feeling. And I think it'd be pretty cool to have a journal at this time, anyways, to write down your feelings, emotion, what's going on each day, because what we're going through right now, is historical. I mean, like, it will be something in the history books, and it would definitely be cool to have a journal of your experience that you can share with others later. So that is definitely a great way to get out your feelings and emotions, is through a journal. Oh, and some of us may be feeling angry, like we're just frustrated with this whole staying in the house thing. And so, what could you do? Well, get outside and play, ride your bike. If you have a skateboard, you can get on your skateboard. If you have a trampoline, go and jump that anger out on your trampoline. I think also exercising, go and exercise. That can help with that frustration as well. And then lastly, maybe you're feeling worried, like, when is this going to be over? Is my family going to be safe? I want to make sure that we all stay healthy. And maybe you're worried about that. So create origami. If you look on YouTube, you guys' favorite place to go, they definitely have instructions on how to make origami. That could be very peaceful for some people to make origami. You can also just kind of sit and be in your thoughts and think happy thoughts, think calm thoughts, think of a place that is peaceful for you, and just take some time to take some deep breaths in and out, and just kind of get into a peaceful state of mind. So if you're feeling worried, take some time to just kind of breathe in and breathe out and think of that place that of peace, that place that makes you feel less worried and makes you feel more calm. And I always think when you're feeling worried too, something that helps to kind of calm me is reading a book or even listening to some jazz music, some kind of calming music, and take some time to just kind of sit and listen to that music, sit and read a book. Those things help to calm me down and help me to feel less worried. So I hope that this helps you guys out and gives you some ideas of things that you can do when you're feeling stressed, you're feeling bored, alone, you're feeling sad or hurt, angry or worried. Because when you're able to manage your feelings, you are being helpful to yourself. 3, 2, 1. Okay, boys and girls, I hope that my talk about being helpful was helpful to you. And I hope that you take some of those ideas of how to manage your emotions. I've had to do that. I've been a little sad because I've missed you guys so much. So trying to find things to do that help me to feel happy and not sad. And I've been a little worried about how long is this gonna last. And so finding those things to do, I like to exercise. So I've been exercising and I've read 2 books so far. So I've been finding things to help manage my feelings, and that's been very helpful to me. So I hope that you guys are being helpful to yourselves by managing your emotions, by helping others in your life, and practicing self-care, doing things for you that make you happy. All right? So I guess that's it. I'll see you guys next week. I miss you. I love you. And I'll see you soon. Bye.